I'm Cleopatra Wallace. This video is all about Nykari Johnson. And this video was suggested by a viewer by the name of Neptunian. Alright, let's watch the video. Alright, so let me do the disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for the fair use for the purpose such as criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use that is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All right, we have a short clip.
Teenager's disappearance has her family and some community leaders concerned. It's now been almost 4 weeks since she was last seen. KCRA3's Maricela de la Cruz spoke to the missing girl's mother, and she has more on what they're asking law enforcement to do.
Nearly a month after 16-year-old Nykari Johnson's disappearance,
she could be your daughter.
Loved ones are searching for Johnson one flyer at a time.
It's a dead end. So that what worries me the most, because somebody should have spoken to her by now.
Family members and advocates showed up outside the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office to demand a search for their loved one. A spokesperson with the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office tells KCRA that Johnson does not meet the criteria for an at-risk juvenile, causing some community leaders to question whether the lack of action is related to race.
When it comes to black girls, we have absolutely no sense of urgency to pick up and figure it out and find them.
Johnson was last seen on December 27th and is said to have left on her own, causing concern after leaving without her cell phone, money, or extra clothing.
We have a long way to go for progress in America. We can start here in Sacramento.
Thank you.
According to the National Missing and Unidentified Person System database, about 38% of people who go missing in the country are Black, more than double their percentage in population.
People of color are routinely discounted in searches in missing persons, especially teenagers, especially girls.
A spokesperson with the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office told me over the phone that the 16-year-old is not considered at risk, but couldn't tell us whether they have been able to make contact with her to determine that information. In Carmichael, Maricela de la Cruz, KCRA 3 News.
All right. Now, let's get to the cards part. All right, so I'm back, and we are looking into the matter of Nykari Johnson, who's 16 years old. She went missing out of Carmichael, California, Zipcode 95608. She went missing on December the 28th of 2022 from her home located at 5440 Marconi Avenue. Oh, we have one flip. I like to start with 4 more. If too many cards have come out, I will take the top and the bottom. If the cards fall to the floor, I only read the ones that fall face down. Now, like I was saying, she left from her home with no phone, no money, no extra clothes. She was going to meet her boyfriend. Now, she's only 16 years old, but she failed to return home. So our window will be a 12-hour window. It will begin at 12:13 a.m. when she sent a message to her boyfriend phone from her phone stating that she was leaving now. All right. Now, you see this? Where these cards keep jumping out doing this? This has happened before. This is like my 4th or 5th time trying to do this little girl's read. So, this is the only card that came out on the home, and this is a sanctuary card. You know, meaning down into her home or in a safe place put away. I feel like the spirits are not wanting to do this read, and this read is being difficult because sometimes 16-year-old girls that age, they leave home on their own. I'm not saying this is what happened in this case, but I think we need to give her a little more time to see if she's going to come home or if anything more is going to come out about this story. But yeah, Spirit is not with it at all. And I've seen this before. And young girls between the ages of like 14 and 19, sometimes they think they know what's best for themselves, and they kind of go on about it. And sometimes there are other things going on in the home that we don't know that could have contributed to it. So I don't want to speculate as to why she left home and did not return, or even to where she is now. But Spirit's telling me that she willingly left, and when she's ready to come back, or when the family's ready to talk about more of what's going on in this story, we'll know more. But I'm not going to keep pressing Spirit to try and do this read, because clearly there's pieces of this puzzle that are just not being put out. So we're going to all just have to watch and wait together, because now I'm really curious. Where is Nykari?